In 1630, a fleet of small English ships crossed the Atlantic carrying a bold experiment. Not an experiment in democracy, an experiment in building a moral society. These settlers believed freedom could only survive inside a disciplined community. Liberty to them did not mean doing whatever one wished. It meant living within a shared moral order. The leader of this expedition believed the colony would become a model for the world. Its success or failure would be watched closely. The stakes could not be higher. The man guiding this experiment was John Winthrop. His vision would shape the future of New England, and perhaps something even larger. Before reaching America, Winthrop delivered a message to the settlers. Their colony would stand as an example to the world. A city set upon a hill. Winthrop warned them that the world would be watching. If their society succeeded, it would inspire others. If it failed, it would bring humiliation. Soon, the ships reached the rugged coast of New England. Dense forests stretched beyond rocky shorelines. The Puritan experiment was about to begin. The settlers wasted little time. They began building towns organized around church, school, and local government. Each institution served the covenant community. At the center of every town stood the meeting house. It served both religious and civic purposes. Faith and governance lived side by side. For the Puritans, religion shaped nearly every part of life. Long sermons guided the community's understanding of morality. Faith was not private, it was public. Education also became central to the colony. The Puritans believed every person should be able to read scripture. Literacy spread rapidly throughout New England. Local government also developed quickly. Town meetings allowed citizens to discuss and vote on community matters. Responsibility and liberty grew together. These institutions helped the colony grow rapidly. More settlers arrived each year from England. New towns appeared across the wilderness. Yet Puritan leaders feared something deeply. They feared that moral disorder could destroy their fragile society. Without discipline, liberty would collapse. John Winthrop believed liberty came in two different forms. One kind strengthened communities, the other destroyed them. The first kind he called natural liberty. This meant the freedom to act without restraint. Winthrop believed it led to conflict and chaos. Natural liberty allowed people to follow their desires alone. But Winthrop believed human nature could not sustain peace without limits. Unrestrained freedom would destroy the community. The second kind he called civil liberty. This liberty existed within laws and shared moral boundaries. It required discipline and responsibility. Civil liberty, Winthrop argued, created true freedom. People flourished when society maintained moral order. Liberty and responsibility belonged together. For several years, the Puritan experiment appeared successful. Their towns grew stronger. Their institutions deepened. But a covenant society eventually faces a difficult question. What happens when someone challenges the shared beliefs of the community? One of the first challenges came from a minister named Roger Williams. Williams believed faith could not be forced by government authority. Williams argued that true belief must come freely from the individual conscience. Faith imposed by government, he warned, would corrupt religion itself. Puritan leaders feared this idea. If individuals followed their own beliefs, the covenant might collapse. In 1635, the colony banished Roger Williams. He fled through the winter wilderness seeking refuge. Williams eventually founded a new settlement. It became Rhode Island. Rhode Island offered something radical. People of different beliefs could live together freely. Soon, another challenge appeared inside Massachusetts itself. This time it came from Anne Hutchinson. Hutchinson believed individuals could experience God's grace directly. She questioned the authority of Puritan ministers. Her ideas spread rapidly across the colony. Soon the leadership felt the covenant itself was threatened. Hutchinson was brought to trial before colonial leaders. The outcome would shape the future of the colony. Like Roger Williams before her, Hutchinson was eventually banished. She and her followers left Massachusetts. These conflicts revealed the limits of Puritan liberty. Freedom existed, but only inside the covenant. Even after these conflicts, the Puritan colonies continued to grow. More ships arrived from England carrying families seeking the same moral community. Across New England, new towns rose from the wilderness. For many settlers, the covenant society worked remarkably well. Order, stability, and shared purpose helped communities thrive. The colony became one of the most organized societies in the New World. But over time, the colony faced a quieter challenge. The children of the first settlers did not share the same intense religious commitment. A new generation was growing up. Many younger colonists had been born in America. They had never experienced the struggle that brought their parents across the ocean. The Covenant society was beginning to change. Church leaders worried that declining religious commitment could weaken the entire colony. If the Covenant faded, so might the moral order of society. In response, Puritan leaders introduced a compromise known as the Halfway Covenant. It allowed the children of church members to participate partially in the religious community. The decision helped preserve the community for another generation. But it also revealed something important. Even covenant societies must adapt to survive. Over time, New England society became more diverse and more complex. New ideas arrived along with new settlers. Trade expanded, commerce grew. The rigid Puritan world slowly began to soften. Yet the Puritan experiment left a powerful legacy. Their towns practiced self-government through local assemblies. Citizens learned to govern themselves. Their emphasis on literacy shaped American education. Schools and colleges appeared throughout New England. Their belief in moral responsibility influenced American political thought. Freedom required discipline. Liberty required virtue. Later generations would debate these ideas intensely. Some would defend ordered liberty. Others would push toward broader individual freedom. But the Puritans had already planted an important seed. They believed liberty could not survive without moral foundations. Their society was not perfect. It struggled with dissent, conformity, and human nature. Yet their experiment asked a question that still echoes today. Can freedom survive without shared moral responsibility? The Puritans believed liberty meant living under God's order, not doing whatever one wished. Their answer shaped the early American story, and the debate continues. For the fight for liberty never ends. It only changes hands.